If you make these mistakes, she may never tell you. She may still smile. She may still answer. She may still act polite, but something inside her starts pulling back because attraction often dies quietly before rejection ever becomes obvious. And that's what makes these mistakes dangerous. They don't look dramatic. They don't look like huge failures. They look small, a weak pause, a needy reaction, a strange comment, a moment where your energy feels off, and she may not even know how to explain it. She just feels less interested, less curious, less drawn toward you. But here's the good news. Most of these mistakes are fixable, not by pretending to be someone else, but by becoming more aware of what your behavior is actually communicating. Because attraction is not only about what you do, it's about what she feels your behavior says about you. Number 1. You explain yourself too much. This is a silent attraction killer. You say something simple, then explain it again. You make a decision, then defend it before anyone questions you. You send one message, then send another to clarify what you meant. And the more you explain, the less certain you sound. Here's where it gets interesting. Over-explaining often comes from fear. Fear of being misunderstood, fear of being judged, fear of not being liked. And women can feel that anxious energy. The fix is simple. Say what you mean clearly, then stop. Let your words stand. If she asks for more, give more. But don't bury your confidence under 10 extra sentences. A man who trusts his own words feels more grounded. Number 2, you laugh at your own discomfort. This one is subtle. Sometimes a man feels nervous, so he laughs after everything he says. He makes a serious point, then laughs. He gives a compliment, then laughs. He tries to be direct, then laughs like he wants to take it back, and the moment loses strength. Because the laugh is not coming from humor. It's coming from uncertainty. And this changes everything. Because if you don't stand behind your own words, she may not feel them either. The fix? Use silence. If you say something honest, let it land. If you compliment her, don't immediately weaken it with nervous laughter. Say it calmly. Hold your frame. You don't need to make every moment safe by turning it into a joke. Sometimes confidence is simply letting a sentence breathe. Number 3, you ask permission for your own personality. This happens when a man is afraid to be fully himself. He says, "This might sound stupid, but," or "You'll probably think I'm weird, but," or "I don't know if this makes sense." Before he even says what he wants to say, he lowers the value of it. Most people miss this. You teach people how to receive your energy. If you introduce your personality like it's something embarrassing, she may start seeing it that way too. The fix is not arrogance. The fix is ownership. If you like something, say it. If you have a strange opinion, own it lightly. If your humor is a little different, let it be different. You don't need to apologize for having a personality. The right confidence says, "This is me," without forcing anyone to approve. Number 4, you react too quickly to her mood. If she becomes quiet, you panic. If she replies differently, you adjust your whole energy. If she seems slightly distant, you start trying harder. And suddenly, she can feel that her mood controls you. That creates pressure, because now she doesn't feel like she's interacting with a steady man. She feels like she's holding a remote control, and every small movement changes your entire state. The fix? Give her mood space without making it about you immediately. If she's quiet, don't instantly assume you did something wrong. If she's slower to respond, don't emotionally chase. Stay steady. You can notice without collapsing. A simple, calm line is enough. "You seem a little quiet today. Everything good?" Then let her answer. Don't turn her mood into your emergency. Number 5, you try to create chemistry by forcing intensity. Some men think attraction means making every moment deep, romantic, or emotionally charged, so they move too fast. They ask heavy questions too soon. They confess too early. They try to make a normal interaction feel like a movie scene. But chemistry needs timing. If you force intensity before comfort exists, it can feel overwhelming. And here's the truth. A woman may enjoy depth, but she doesn't want to feel emotionally cornered. The fix? Let the connection build in layers. Start light. Add playfulness. Create comfort. Then slowly go deeper when the moment naturally opens. Attraction feels strongest when it grows naturally, not when someone is trying to manufacture a dramatic moment every 5 minutes. Number 6, you make your interest feel like pressure. There is nothing wrong with showing interest, but interest becomes unattractive when it feels like a demand. You compliment her, then wait intensely for a reaction. You text her, then monitor how fast she replies. You ask her out, Then act wounded if she doesn't answer the way you hoped. Now your interest doesn't feel flattering, it feels heavy. The fix? Show interest with freedom attached. Say what you want clearly, but don't punish her for responding honestly. For example, I'd like to take you out sometime. If you're interested, we'll make it happen. That feels different. It shows confidence, it shows desire, but it doesn't trap her, and that kind of energy is much more attractive. Number 7. You become too agreeable in small moments. This is different from being kind. Kindness is attractive, but self-erasing agreement is not. If she says she loves something, you instantly love it too. If she dislikes something, suddenly you dislike it. If she has an opinion, you reshape yourself around it. At first, it may seem harmless, but over time, it makes you feel less real. And attraction needs a real person, not a reflection. The fix? Disagree gently when you actually disagree. Not to create conflict, not to prove dominance, just to stay honest. If she says, that movie was terrible, and you liked it, smile and say, terrible. That's a strong accusation. I actually liked it. That creates texture. It shows you have your own mind. Number 8. You let small disrespect slide because you want access. This one destroys respect fast. Maybe she cancels without care. Maybe she gives lazy replies. Maybe she jokes in a way that crosses the line. Maybe she only reaches out when she wants attention. And instead of noticing the pattern, you accept it because you don't want to lose her. But here's where it gets interesting. When you tolerate disrespect to keep someone close, you lose the very thing that made you attractive. Self-respect. The fix? Don't explode. Don't lecture, just adjust your availability. If her effort is low, don't reward it with high effort. If she crosses a line, calmly name it. I'm cool with jokes, but not that kind. Simple, clean, no drama. Boundaries are more powerful when they're calm. Number 9. You try to be mysterious by becoming emotionally unavailable. Some men hear that mystery is attractive, so they become cold. They stop communicating. They act detached. They give confusing signals. They think this makes them high value, but it often makes them look immature. Real mystery is not being unclear. Real mystery is having depth, having a life, having layers, having things people discover over time. The fix? Be warm, but don't overexpose everything at once. Share enough to connect. Keep enough to be discovered. Answer honestly, but don't turn every conversation into your full biography. That balance creates curiosity without making her feel unsafe. Number 10. You stop noticing whether you actually like her. This is the mistake almost nobody talks about. A lot of men are so focused on getting a woman to like them. They forget to ask if they even like her energy. They ignore how she treats people. They ignore whether she listens. They ignore whether she respects boundaries. They ignore whether they feel calm or anxious around her. Their only goal becomes winning her approval, and that instantly lowers their power. Because now attraction is no longer mutual discovery. It becomes a performance. The fix? Evaluate her too. Not arrogantly, not harshly, just honestly. Ask yourself, do I feel respected here? Does this connection bring peace or confusion? Is she showing qualities I actually value? When you remember that you are also choosing, your energy changes. You stop begging to be picked, and you start showing up like a man with options, standards, and self-respect. Now here's the part that matters most. Attraction doesn't die only because of obvious mistakes. Sometimes it dies because of the quiet signals underneath your actions. Overexplaining says, I don't trust myself. Nervous laughter says, I'm afraid of the moment. Chasing her mood says, you control my emotional state. Tolerating disrespect says, I want access more than I value myself. And trying too hard to be liked says, your approval matters more than my identity. But when you fix those signals, everything changes. You become calmer, clearer, more grounded. You speak with less fear. You show interest without pressure. You listen without performing. You hold boundaries without anger. You let the connection breathe. And that is what makes attraction feel natural. Because the most attractive men are not perfect. They are simply not constantly betraying themselves to be chosen. So if you recognize some of these mistakes in yourself, don't panic. Awareness is the first step. Correct the pattern. Slow down. Respect yourself. Let your words stand. Let your life stay bigger than one woman's reaction. Because when a man stops silently killing attraction with insecurity, he doesn't need to force chemistry. His presence starts creating it.